Gamers! Hello, everybody. I am very tired because I stayed up way too late last night. Ah. Okay. It's fine, Gum. It's the 3 p.m. for me. So, morning has long since passed, and I'm still very sleepy. Thank you, Shiraka. Lovely to see you. But yes, it is once again the weekend, which means weekend lobby tournament in the Shadow of the Versus Worlds Beyonds, and I hope I can do well. This is kind of like a little casual little tournament with decent enough rewards. The question is that they do every weekend. The question is, what deck do I want to play? Because usually I play Artifact Portal. That's like my main deck. But currently, Artifact Portal is not like that great against a lot of meta options. Like it does okay against Sword, but it has a lot of it's got a rough matchup against mid-range Abyss and Runecraft, which are also very popular, and also if there's Wardhaven, I just lose. Like, the deck does just lose against Wardhaven, so it's kind of... Well, the more meta deck I play is mid-range Abyss. It's like, if I get the mirror in mid-range Abyss, I'm kind of like, oh no. I think I will go mid-range Abyss just because I think it's got my best odds of actually winning. Like, if people are going to be playing, it's solid against if people are playing, Swordcraft or, Runecraft, which is what I usually face against. But obviously it's been a couple, because last weekend was the Battlefest rather than a mid-range, weekend tournament, I might not be entirely sure of this, but I think Abyss is what's going to be what gets me the best option. I'm doing the long one. You can do a long one or a short one. Which has a lower rank requirement, but much less rewards. But also, over a month, it's only 3 rounds rather than 4 rounds. And yeah, I think Abyss is what's gonna give me the best odds of winning. And then probably I'll get back to Portal when the next set drops in a week. And Beauty here. Yes. 10 AM, you should be in bed by now, but until... You're even up until 10 AM. Jesus Christ, Jiro. But yeah, so this'll... Videos. We'll see how it goes. So we get this nice little lobby thing here. We get to hang out with all the people whilst we wait for match. All these days will take not long until the first match. They don't keep you waiting too long. Alright. I'm waiting for our opponents to ready up. So we can watch the Shadowverse anime trailer. There we go. Okay, Havencraft. So depending on what I draw, like, what I really want against Havencraft is to have Medusa ready in hand. Because they'll make a big ward board and my best way to destroy it is via Medusa, so... I definitely want to keep Grimness so that I can do proper board clearing soonish and Arakavi to deal with their earlier boards. I would like to see Odin. Odin helps me a lot. I'm going second, which means they do get to drop an early Wilbur, which is scary. We don't have any 2-drops, which is kind of sad. Probably, maybe I should have talked to Aragavi for a 2-drop, but... Okay, so they're going fairly defensive. So Grimnir down to get his crest, which means if whenever I have a super evolved follower on the board, I do it does a 2 damage sweep across the enemy board at the end of their turn. Right. That will be skeleton, and then I will rate as their group. That board down. So they're probably playing Wardhaven. They do get their the Holy Flame Tiger out. We do have Consensus and Yuzuki, but like they're a bit slow for dealing with Okay, so they're using the Salafin now. Clear my board without things. Do got the tiger up. It's fairly annoying. Like, I don't really have a good option for removal other than Aragavi Evo, and I'd rather not Aragavi Evo because that puts me down, but it's like, I'd rather... And also Aragavi still trades, but it's like... My only other option to play is to perish. So they're not gonna, at least because they play pointed out Salafar, we don't have to worry about early Wilbert this turn. And they don't play a board, so we get to develop Undead Soldier on an empty board, which is always nice. They had a pretty weak turn, which makes me believe they didn't actually have Wilbert in hand. Ooh, it's just an early Aether. Aether before without Wilbert Crest is pretty nasty. Like, that's slightly annoying because obviously that's a super evolved. They get things. I have no way to hit Sarissa yet. Can I top deck? There are 2 zombies. What can actually get me out of this situation? Still not a great situation. How do I deal with everything on the board? So really, the problem is every ward follower I kill is going to buff Sarissa. Aragavi kills Aether. Okay, Aragavi. Super Reaver Aragavi. The Grimnir. Yeah, we can't kill Sarissa. We're just. God, it's so annoying. Okay, they have a 5/7 or 5/5 Sarissa. They can't Jean this turn at the very least. But you're just not getting. We really need. You've really got to have Medusa for that. Our only saving grace is that they didn't have a If they evolve Sarissa to push face damage. Attacking their internet directly. Okay, so they didn't evolve. They're just clearing. Interesting. I would have super evolved Sarissa to turn an early. So we need to just. I'm just going to establish these 2 zombies in hand, and hope they don't have. They don't currently have a method to kill me. And I get to start recovering with Gensetsu and Yuzuki next turn. But yeah, there's no storm they can play for 8 damage out of hand right now. Yeah. And this is fine, we just get to Gensetsu this board. You just get to kill it for free! And they don't know how, they forgot, I think they forgot about their own Grimnir. But anyway, now that we're on turn 9, we get to just do this, destroy 4 random enemy followers, gain 4 health. Yeah, there's a lot of, Games loves their recurring characters. And yeah, Grimnir is here giving us a super evo. Odin. Okay, that's perfect. We want to heal to survive. And then, yeah, we play Karen because it makes the board. Everyone's pocket, I don't know. We want our wardy followers. We will super evolve you because we need to trade rather than. And everyone's got. Well, I'm not getting Karen's crest from the Super Evo, but it's not that much of a big deal at this point. And I'd rather. I just wanted to have the board clear. And I could have Super Evo for the Rotting Zombie for more face damage, but I don't think that's gonna help me. That is a late Wilbur. They can't evolve. Okay, I just need to make board space, so you do this. We just need one of these to get through, so and then we play Medusa. Like, yeah, we just need to kill through 4 wards basically. We do Medusa. And we pop that. And victory! So, yeah. And that's the risk of Wardhaven. If you don't draw Wilbert, you're just so much. If you don't have your turn 6 Wilbert, you're just so much weaker. We were just about able to survive long enough to get to our back. Okay, what have we got here? We have Swordcraft versus Runecraft. But the Runecraft player is just getting just fucked over by Urius. This is why you dick in hard removal. Thanks, Urius. Yeah. So he is basically a check of, do you have hard removal? If no, you lose. But also you can pressure the Urius turn by having a decent board before they play the Urius, because they have to evolve. You kind of like want to do things like playing like Olivia and super evolving does that. So what is this? We're up against Swordcraft, so that should be a reasonably favored matchup for me. Teams blue arriving for the red goal, I see. Okay, you can play football! Oh, we're on the big screen. And with a cool blue flame hoodie. I'm rocking the Battlefest hoodie. We might not have won, but okay, I don't mind. I do mind having to, if I want to have the hard styles, I have to spend 1,200 fucking 1,200 fucking crystals, which is a scam. It's taken a while to lock in. Battle for 25 US dollar R. Yeah! Alright. So we are up against Swordcraft. Okay, we'll keep Soiree and Aragami. God bless Ghastly Soiree and just like, yeah, here's a card that's your 2-drop and your 3-drop. I mean, I guess it does make your 2-drop effectively a 1/1 because you play the skeleton out, but... Okay. That's annoying. But we do have Rage of Serpents to deal with that. With, the Nonya. Just means we can't develop... It would be nice to develop the, Rotting Zombie, but alas, but we can do... It goes for board control, because we're mid-range. Taking a bit of self-damage always a bit awkward, but... Fine, we got healing and we got a decent chunk. This has a decent chunk of healing. Ooh, Vals! Prospect. Don't actually have a way to stop that, so I just put the zombie into play. Aragami still mostly deals with Zirconia. Yeah, like this is going to... but they're going to... Yeah, they'll do that. Agave kills. The self-burn here is kind of hurting, but again, I need Swordcraft, we gotta control that board. Big gulp of soup. Okay, Luminous Megas. Voltage Aragami. So yeah, this is basically kind of mostly just okay, so first things first, this happens. That's just a question of what else we do. We do that, and then what? I think, okay, I think in that case, Rage of Serpents and Soiree. Because that uses up the most black ones. Hello, Chaotic Claw. Not in a great spot, but next time we get to Olivia, then we get to Cerberus. And we hope we draw, Olivia, please draw me a useful 2-drop. That is neither of those, so we have to... Because I'm super evolving anyway, I might as well... Thing. Unfortunately, because this is Swordcraft, I can't just go face with the ghost, as much as I'd love to. It's just because I literally had no better option. I would have much rather have, like, any 2-drop. On the Soiree. You know, not committing there. Alright, we're going for a heal max Cerberus here. You need to trade one in to be just outside of Odin range for now, but keep the other one on just to present a larger board. Oh fuck, I forgot they had a bonus play point that could owl it out this turn. I couldn't actually heal it enough. Yeah, the heal isn't enough to get me out of there. Ah, I just got rushed down! I forgot about the bonus play partner. Was there any other play I could that like Karen doesn't make me a wide enough board to survive? Yeah, no, I didn't have. It's just unfortunate. Sometimes it happens. Sometimes you just what I needed was I needed ways to deal with their board that they didn't also deal damage to myself. That's the problem with Abyss, is like, oh, you know, I'd rather have not, it wasn't so much a brick as it was I just had, the poor options on my hand, because like, can I check my deck in the tournament? Like, if I'd had stuff like, if I had my Apollo or my Buelas, that would have been much better than having to use, Rage of Serpents and Aragavi Evos. Because those did a lot of damage to myself, and that's really what brought me down, but I didn't have it wasn't really a brick, it was just a poor fit for the matchup, and they had an incredibly aggressive start, and I just didn't, like, I really needed an Apollo at any point during that game to be able to actually deal with their board efficiently. It's okay, by the expansion of Abysscraft we'll get the, we'll get a better Apollo. Just Apollo, but you could also choose it to give it stats instead. Yeah, everyone gets to see me get my shit kicked in. And I didn't have yet. And no way to clear that board. And my other play, no, because I drew the Charon. So yeah, I had no other real plays to make though. So look at my own failure from the delay. Like, if I had, the thing is, if I was to play, I could, I guess, in retrospect, what I could have done is, Olivia and Grimnir, actually. That would have healed me to 7 and put a ward in play that blocks Albert. Yeah. But I just zoned out and forgot that they still had their bonus play point. For some reason, my brain thought they used it on the turn they played Odin. I don't know why. But yeah, Olivia and Grimnir would have put me to 7. Grimnir survives Albert. Super Evolved Grimnir survives Albert's board wipe. And, yeah, they can only deal 6 in that case, and then they have to play the things, and, like, if I can just, and then I would have just the line quick to recover fully. Then I wouldn't, the thing is I wouldn't have a Super Evolve for Cerberus afterwards, but then, so, it's a bit awkward, but that would have, in retrospect, that would have been the better play, and I should have realized that. I was just like, oh, they can't hit me with Albert this turn, and they did. This is what happens when you don't get enough sleep. You make silly mistakes. Being slow! I feel like the pressure of being up on the big screen makes me make more mistakes than usual. Like, streaming, fine. On the actual screen table, stage screen table, less fine. And instead, it was the case of waiting for the round to finish. Oh, okay, there's one more turn. We've got. So I wish you, you can't spectate others, but I guess they don't want to let you have too much information apart from putting put up on the big screen. But alas. Who are these people? Thanks. Runecraft versus Swordcraft. Okay. So that's who's the one down to 6? Okay, so it's Swordcraft down to 6, so Runecraft is currently surviving. It's gone to turn 13, they probably don't have any Super Evos left, so they're not in, so the Runecraft player isn't in Albert range. Yeah, people might just be desynced as well, but this is also just very clearly a long game. I think the Runecraft player is struggling to finish off Swordcraft player. Which can happen a lot. Runecraft can eventually have to go, oh, I just have to drag out the game until I can do my Coctis combo. Until I can do a Coctis decline. Because they're like, oh, I don't have any damage out of hand. Once Runecraft has no, when Runecraft has no, no Super Evos, it's the only source of storm damage in the class is actually from Odin. Because Kuon only gives storm on Super Evo. And then, so you've only got Odin if you are running Odin in Runecraft, which you might not be. Some decks do, but not all of them. And Swordcraft does, and even though Runecraft can still put out really strong boards, Swordcraft also has really good board clear, so it can turn into this kind of like grindy matchup where neither player is really able to, whereas the Runecraft player is sitting just outside of kill range. It looks like they're taking little bits of incidental chip damage from something. Possibly, Urias. Plus the Runecraft player is just going, where the fuck is my Prince of Coctis? Okay, match is over. I'm going to... Probably won't really find out who won. Matches to fall asleep to, yep. It's kind of one of the reasons also why I stopped playing Artifact, because it become very... Okay, we're up against another Swordcraft deck. Yeah, why I stopped playing Artifact is to actually survive against a lot of decks, Artifact just has to play an extremely grindy game, and it just can't take too long. Whilst mid-range Bitchcraft has a lot more, can go a lot more aggressive, close out games without relying on like Super Evos or a 10 play point Gundam. Alright. Can we have a better start against Swordcraft? Second, don't have to worry about surprise early Alberts. Okay. Morgan Aragari, obviously I'd rather have a slightly better early removal, but aggressive start. Really have anything to do again. There's no point pointing out the soiree. I'm just going to get slowly bonked by this quick later. Probably just going to point out to Aragave to be my main line here, depending on what they do. Trading the skeleton, okay. Okay. Another prim, and just this 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So Nonya will be on 1 health. Bonk it with the zombie rather than evoing Aragami. We do not want to evo Aragami for no reason when we're at such a big life deficit. Luminous Magus. And we don't have where the hell is. Where is my buddy? Just have to make some wards and hope they don't have Gildara in hand. Pretty much. Didn't like that with the Super Evo, but that's too soon. Yeah, no! Where the hell? Never draw Apollo against Sword. He's never here. Fuck! The exact thing I was worried about. All I need is to draw Apollo and this goes completely differently, but I never draw the goddamn man. That's also not helpful. We kind of have to, like, I actually have any... Okay. It's still not great, but it gets rid of the Apollo's goddamn vacation. What do we do next turn? This is like, we put a tech card in your deck for this. Oh, for fuck's sake! We did. Hello, I'm getting my ass kicked because I'm not drawing the tech card that helps me survive this matchup. Maybe I should have 3. Maybe I need to put 3 copies of Apollo in the deck if this keeps happening. Ugh. Just... Yes, I was teaching Gav. I would like to show good matches, but unfortunately I've just said it's just been 2 matches against Swordcraft, and I don't draw the card that actually helps me survive against Swordcraft at all. This one's got Kagamitsu in. Thank you, monologue. Our model was made by my beloved Mama Happy Baka, and the overlay is mostly just stuff free to use stuff I've grabbed, and the notepad window from XP. Not XP, before XP 98. Yeah, ugh. Swordcraft does seem to be overwhelming this tournament. Yeah, it's good to yeah, I like making the kind of thing because I can be very freeform with it and move it about and stuff. But yeah, ugh. I feel like I possibly would have done better this tournament if I was playing Artifact Portal, just because of the amount of swordcrafts, and then I would actually have more reliable access to board clear. I don't know if that would help me to... The problem is then I would have a harder time, like, actually winning in the end. The problem. I'm just waiting for this. Turn 9 and both players have very high life. That's a bit worrying. Okay, one's taken some damage at the very least. What are these people playing? I don't know how to... I know how to see it. Haven... Oh god, Havencroft versus Runecraft. That is just going to take forever! Okay, someone's actually taking damage here, so maybe it won't take forever. Biggest energy beam versus the biggest wall, yeah. I mean, Runecraft is basically also a wall right now anyway. You just put out... A lot of it is just using Kuon to hold the board and healing up with Norman, or getting the golems out with Norman. A lot of Runecraft players heal with Norman when they should be putting out the barrier golems that are a real pain in the ass to deal with. Which kind of like drags games out a bit more because they still are not like often still end up winning, which is very annoying. It takes a lot longer. But there is a first Shadowverse. It's the regular Shadowverse Classic. It doesn't get any new cards, but it's still you can still play it if you'd like. It does. They do like they cycle through the older rotation formats, so you can have some semblance of a cycling rotation without new cards. That's pretty neat. But yeah, it's a pretty good, neat idea that they kept thing. There's also a Switch game. I don't know if they ever ported it, but there is a Nintendo Switch game that's apparently not that bad. It's very single-player focused. But it's a game you buy rather than buying card backs and stuff. It's got a lot. It was a lot of stuff. I think they did a bunch of experimental work that got into Worlds Beyond as well, like Abysscraft and all that. But yeah, I played the first Shadowverse basically since launch. What this match is. And yeah, Shadowverse Champions battle hasn't been ported. It was it was quite a while ago, and it was using like only a few of the early sets, but changed up a bunch. It was an interesting thing they did. Part of their kind of thing, they did a fucking Yu-Gi-Oh! Ass anime. Like, they made an anime not using the actual story that was in the game at all. They made an anime about, basically, a Yu-Gi-Oh! Tournament plot. Or Yu-Gi-Oh! But Shadowverse. And Champions Battle used old cards, I think mostly is to keep things simple, because at that point, at the time it came out, like Shadowverse, the classic game, had gotten to a very... silly point. So I think that they wanted a version of the game that was more simple and accessible, so they used the older, more... This is, oh my god, someone's been gaining life. Of course they are. It's Haven versus Rune. Runecraft probably did Norman heal. Because they're assholes. Oh my god, someone's on full health now. This is ridiculous. We gotta beat Norman to death with hammers, I think. Runecraft shouldn't have that much healing. Oh, it's over. Somebody won. Okay, against another Swordcraft deck. Wow. Can we draw Apollo against Sword? I think I'm going to hard mulligan for Apollo if I don't have him in my opening hand at this point. Even if I do, then I have to save him for, like, Luminous Magus board. That's the problem. Is they play Luminous Magus. I don't have a way to deal with with the Luminous Magus board, and then they just swing them. They get to carry forward their early game momentum. And I can't do anything about it. Like, yeah. Okay, I will throw everything apart from Garcia's War, because Garcia's War is just... It's still no Apollo. A lot of heavy junk. They didn't have a turn 1 play at the very least. Orthus is also a card I would have loved to see. That's also a good card for dealing with wide boards that we just didn't see. Well, they're not doing the fucking There was also both Swordcraft games. They had Prim into Nonya start where I couldn't fucking do anything about it. It was just like, ugh. Will there a Grimnir establish? I kind of want to save the Orthus, so if I... Fuck! I fucked up. I'm just... Oh, my... Then end turn there. I'm gonna save Orthus for the next turn, but... My player should have played Orthus so that because then she gets reanimated by... Aaron, ow. Here we go again. Apollo? Not Apollo. Alright. What are you hitting, Orthus? Please hit useful things. That was reasonably not useful. Rage of Serpents, the fucking Luminous monster. I did that rather than playing the lesser one because I want to make sure that my Reanimate 2 pull is still Aaron. Orthus. So when they do this incredibly aggressive play. Here. I'd like both of those shots to hit quickly, please. Oh no, whatever. This is eating through our shadows a lot. Which is a problem. We need those for Cerberus. At least we're getting a decent amount of. Okay. In that case. Livia. Question is, do I want... I think I will... Here I don't need to service just yet. I'd like to actually put some screws on. Swing some momentum back in our favor now because they had a pretty weak turn. And now things are going in our favor because they didn't get the fucking ultimate. Amalia, sure. They can't full clear. Oh no, they have Gribnet, they can't full clear. Okay, the problem is that's a fucking 9-9. Wait, no, I don't need the necromancy for this. I can do it this way. We don't need to care about the necromancy here because it still clears the board. Yeah. Okay. Everything goes well, we might just be able to kill next turn. Actually, yeah, because this will do... If they don't heal, this does 4 and we've got 3 in hand. That's not healing, buddy. It also doesn't kill my 9-9. Oh, it does because he was out, but... Okay, so, oh yeah, that banish... Oh, it doesn't matter. Doesn't fucking matter. The banish would have arguably saved them for a single Rage of Serpents. So that was actually a reasonably smart play. But instead I top deck Odin, so it didn't matter. 2-2. That's acceptable. Apollo never showed up in any game that match. That's a tournament. We didn't need him in that last one because they had a slightly weak. They just had a slightly weaker draw. They said two Swordcraft against two Swordcraft opponents that drew their best. Basically their best on curve. But I didn't draw Apollo to survive it. How's the match? It says Forest versus Swordcraft. Forest doesn't currently have Brooch in hand, which is quite bad. And Swordcraft is assembling a really strong board. Oh, they had Glade, so Glade at least is handy. You have too many cards now, I think they play the Deepwood Bounty. Oh, they don't? That seems like a misplay. Like, you've got Manx cards and you don't have Roach in hand. You play the Deepwood Bounty. It's not worth holding on to the Deepwood Bounty because the risk of overdrawing Roach is just way too strong. They didn't overdraw Roach, so they're not punished. Then what? Lily the Amalia? How are they going to remove the Amalia is the question. They've got a baby Cupmuncle on hand, which is very useful, but without a Roach, they're kind of up shit creek without a paddle, really. Okay, they're not using Lily yet because they don't want to burn the Super Evo, I guess. But leaving the 2 3/3s up is also pretty scary. They got a few options here. I'm assuming Gildaria isn't active. Can't really get value out of Amalia without sacrificing some of their board. The Gildaria is still like not a bad choice, but Amelia also gets you cards and digs you towards hopefully an Albert. Zirconia's not a bad choice here either. You miss out one of the bodies, but you do buff up the rest of your board, which is probably worth. They're going aggressive, they're going face. Roach still does not have... The Forest still does not have their Roach, which is generally quite bad. Now they super evolve Lily. Yeah. The Forest Guard player just lost that. I wasn't checking on who it was, but that's almost certainly the Swordcraft player. We didn't draw Apollo, but probably worse for the Forestcraft deck to not draw Roach. Well, that was a weekend lobby tournament, nothing particularly thing, but thankfully it counts as battle table. Things I will hold my pop chest. It is fun. It is a lot of fun. Is that it's this kind of like the whole lobby they've done. I think is a kind of cute little thing because it does somewhat feel like not quite the full LGS because no one's fucking talking to each other, but or local game store where you go play your Magic the Gatherings or your Yu-Gi-Ohs or whatever. But like in a digital space, you get to just run around and then you have a little casual tournament every weekend, and that's cool. It lets you flex the things. The thing is, I could go to an LGS, but I don't like any physical card games at all. Like, I don't like playing Magic the Gathering anymore. I don't want to play Yu-Gi-Oh! I've played, like, it just seems miserable. And there's not really much else that you could really get going anywhere, so... Sad fact, physical card games, and like, yeah, because physical card games just are kind of washed at the moment. Sad. There's probably some fun niche ones. Yeah, it's like... The thing is, like, old Yu-Gi-Oh! Still had a lot of the nonsense. but it was in much fewer words. Now it's all these really hyper-specific archetypes that do very, very specific things. It's so hard to keep in your head, and then someone just plays Max C and you go, oh, and I guess I'm not playing my turn this time. Whilst, then it's hard to keep the, all the options in your head, because what I found when I was playing Master Duel is just a lot of her was like, well, I hope I can play, I hope I have enough redundancies in this combo to not have it completely negated, whilst also having enough hand traps. Like, you need so many very specific options for, to, like, play Yu-Gi-Oh! Well. It's usually like, right, I've got to have 3 different combo options to pop off with, so, and then all the hand traps so that I can stop my opponent from doing that. And you just kind of hope you've got more hand traps to stop your opponent. Like playing Magic if you were like everyone was playing blue. You're just hoping everyone, like every Yu-Gi-Oh game is basically just everyone playing mono blue combo in Magic the Gathering, basically. Thinking after XYZ's on link summoning. I like the idea of stuff like XYZ's and link summoning, but the fact that it's all these unrestricted constant special summonings, it's just like, oh my god, the turns just go forever. So you got Synchro and Links and XYZ, and they're all playing into each other, and you're doing a bunch of fucking nonsense, and you... Yeah, hope you've got enough hand traps to prevent your opponent from solitaring their way up to having a bunch of a board of Omni Negates. Well, 4 turns, if that. Most games are decided, like, on the first turn. Myself playing the library at first turn kills, like, yeah. They're like, old Yu-Gi-Oh! Just had a lot of first turn kills. Kind of deal. As I said, Yu-Gi-Oh! Used to arguably be shorter because it was a very fast combo that simply killed your opponent with no chance of repercussions. Like we talk, I mean, a lot of that stuff was very quickly banned, like stuff like Cyberstein and that kind of deal. But yeah, these days it's like so much longer. It's like it takes 2 turns, but those turns are incredibly long because you're playing through like 3 different deck archetype packages in order to build a board of Omni Negates that usually consists of the same Omni Negates everyone uses. So it's like everyone's endgame board, everyone's winning board tends to look very much the same. It's just how you get there. Like, I will do all of this nonsense. What's your board? It's Baron de Fleur and a Black Eyes Dark Dragoon or whatever it is. And other stuff. And maybe 1 card from your archetype. And then a bunch of other that also has negates. Like Fiendsmith or whatever. Oh, the Ajamas, funny little guys. But, that's the weekend lobby tournament done. I do want to play for a little bit longer. You shall win 2 rank matches. Get our stuff from the lobby tournament. Standard 2-2 rewards. Decent amount of stuff. Feet. What's our feet? Like 20 year lolly with it. Delightful. Let's just get my dailies done. I think I still want to. Like I said, I think I was just like particularly unlucky. As much as I want to play artifacts, it's just so hard to compete on high ladder with at the moment. Because they don't have enough of a advantage against swordcraft to really stand out, and against Havencraft I do just tend to lose a lot. And a lot more people are playing Havencraft because they figured out how to make it good against other decks. I don't want any of those against Haven. Well, against Haven, pretty good. Actually, Ward Haven because it lets me bonk out their early wards. Oops, sorry, probably play point out one of these 3 drops, but I actually have. Okay, they didn't play anything on board, so I'm going to set up the Shadow Crypt whilst I can. Grimnir! Bonk! I don't think it's worth popping the Shadow Crypt right now. I'm gonna feel like it's better to save that for later rather than dealing with one Grimnir. I would like some more board control for next turn though. Yeah, Divine Guard, whatever. Okay, securing Medusa is pretty important against Wardhaven. Box of Purity. I don't have a. Yeah. It's like we don't need Apollo later on. He might be useful later on, but gonna be a bit aggressive. Wilbert here is very annoying. Does mean I have to get this, unless I can draw something better for it. Oh, is Aragavi better for it? Not really. Really. Would have really liked to have Odin for that. I mean, like, Medusa is also a fairly clean kill, but I'd like to have saved Medusa for this. Okay, they're not running. They didn't get Okay, we're just making. You didn't reanimate anything. I had forgotten that I have not played anything below a 3-drop this game. There's Haven again. What on my deck? What is, like, I feel like Abyss is pretty, somewhat unfavored against Haven. Okay, we're actually keeping this Odin. Because it's very important to Odin there. I guess it's a much better start at the very least. The Odin, the Wilbur, life is much better. Means I don't have to spend. We got Odin and Medusa. We are Getting the play point out and get the soiree out already because I've got a bunch of 2-drops in hand. This helps me put a more aggressive early board down. Gonna go off this first rather than full down. Maybe full down for an Evo turn, hopefully. That's very annoying. Ah! How dare. Every time I see Divine Guard, it always hits the best possible target. Why couldn't you have hit the fucking skeleton? It's a random target, by the way. Another one! Yeah. Okay.
About damn time.
Thank you for the follow, Shiro. Divine Thunder! How rude. Play this. I wonder if Twitch is doing something weird is happening with Twitch. It feels like there's been a lot of like people going, oh, I thought I'd already followed you. So I wonder if Twitch is doing something with anyway, right, we want to banish this man. I don't want to burn an Evo on it though. Is everyone my followers would never stick unless I refresh the play. Yeah, weird. A functional website this is. Okay, another Wilbur. Second Wilbur is not so scary. Praying to the Dragon God D, thank you. Okay, this one we will simply... Much as I'd love to... We'll have Cerberus and Shadow Crypt after this, so it's fine, so... The important thing is not letting them drop their big stompy boards before you can actually do our proper board clears. Once we get to efficiently clear out their stuff without spending Evo points. That's the big thing, one of the big things that Abysscraft has. That's why mid-range Abyss powerful is it can very easily clear out a lot of tall boards without spending any Evo points. It's got Medusa, it's got Gensetsu and Yuzuki. Even Cerberus without Evo points can be quite good. Also Aragami. Aragami is very important in doing it. Ooh, Grimness. The Shireta. It's a tall board. Yeah, they have to super evolve because they can't really leave Medusa alive. That could be... The Medusa alive into my Cerberus would be very scary for them. Okay. We can't go as aggressive as we like with these. I guess we can go pretty decently aggressive. Pushing a lot of damage. Thanks to Cerberus. Puts us in a really good spot. When I get to the hills, I probably still just Gins. Olivia and Vuela also clears, but Gensetsu doesn't use a Super Evo, and I've got another Gensetsu in hand, so. I think if I have the option to clear without using Super Evos, I probably should do that. Oh, slightly annoying. Do I just want to play another Gensetsu and Yuzuki again? I don't think I do. I think what I want to do. I fucked up. I thought I had one more play point and I could play Olivia and Aragami, but oh well. In that case, we'll have to use the Super Evo, annoyingly. They don't have any Super Evos cells at the very least. If either of these survive, I'm just forward. Like, they can put up a board of wards. No, unholy vesseling. That doesn't. I could. So the choices are I could either Gensetsu. I think I just want to Olivia and get some card draw going. Olivia. Draw a card, and then might as well make the. Do I have the space for it? I'm going to Orthus and Shadow Crit because I don't actually think I have the hand space for this soiree. Annoying. Okay. Just Jean on her own. Ain't anything to worry about, no. Oof. Slightly annoying. Second John, of course. Okay, can I kill? Yes. Okay. 7. Engage the ghosts. Actually, we didn't need to engage the ghosts at all. We just need to evolve our garbage. 3 rage of I could have killed last turn. Shit. My brain is. I'm really out of it. How would I know it works when I get the cards that actually deal with my opponent's bullshit? Rage of Serpents. Doing, but also the devious lesser mummy would also be. There's also a thing, but I could have killed last turn, and I just didn't realize it because I was like, yeah, my brain. Gaming with a headache is not a great, not a great idea, folks. I still need to do like my fucking Grand Prix for this round. Okay, we keep filled out Possum. There's the Polo. There's our guy. Also Orthus. I'm actually gonna play point out of 2 do. How scary, the play now. That's because I have streamer mode turned on, so it anonymizes names in matches. Not in the lobby though, which makes it feel kind of pointless. But Okay, since we drew a second Apollo, I can use this one, clearing the frame, which makes the non-your turn less good. You wait all that lot of time for an Apollo, and you get 2 at once. Okay. Here we establish second Grimner. Also, this also means we've got, since we've got an Apollo behind a ward, if they do, okay. What we can do. Get a bit aggressive with it by using that Apollo there. And another Apollo to clear the board. And I think in this case I do want to be with lesser mommy here, just make a decently wide board that they're going to find an annoying time to clear unless they Gildara, of course. Did not think things through. I would like. Please draw something I can play alongside you, Olivia. Actually, that doesn't. That's not great, but I have to super evolve anyway to deal with this. But at least I've got Grimnir, so it does clear the 2-2. And we're still in a fairly advantaged position. Yeah, they're pressuring with Odin. They don't. So it depends on if I. Okay, so I'm just going to play a normal Arca over here. Artiva here. I'm going to save that Super Evo for Cerberus. They probably will. Oh, just Luminous. That's pretty cool. Super evolving the Flash there. That's interesting. Okay, so probably want a. Oh, I want. Oh, I didn't have the shadows for the fucking. Fucked up. I didn't have the. I don't have the shadows for things, but it's whatever. I will. I forgot I didn't have quite enough shadows for the Cerberus, but the actual attack damage here doesn't matter too much. You take on that, so we're going for a defensive Cerberus. And of course, I forgot, yeah, of course, Grimnir takes out the stealth. I didn't need to, I traded too much again. 3 dogs! It's 3 dogs! Yeah, they actually had the way to get out of that, right. I think it's better for me to set up Undead Soldier and then use the just use a Shadow Crypt to clear their board out. They don't have Super Evo, so I'm not have to be too worried about them doing this, but this sets me up for potentially killing next turn as long as some stuff survives. I then get to Cerberus it. Offensive Tentacles, I see. Yeah, I still Cerberus this. Still just puts a lot of pressure on the board. 8 whole damage, baby. Technically, 10 for 2 damage from here. Yeah. Simple. That's what happens when you actually draw fucking Apollo against Swordcraft. Yeah, missions done. I can't wait for the Grimnir is here and active update. You just a reminder that you've got your Grimnir pressed up. Because everyone forget. I forget it. I've seen loads of other people forget about it. Because you've played him like 5 turns ago, and you're like, eh. And he's not. You don't have him usually like as a core card of the deck. He's usually just a helpful extra bit. Forget sad. No one should forget Grimnir. What are these medals? I don't want to spend resources, obviously, because there's a new set coming out in a week. So I'm just doing my cleaning up. I don't give a shit about premium cards. Just give me the vials. Okay, I've got time. I can do my Grand Prix tomorrow. I'm not doing it today. I'm too tired. I've got too much of a headache. Let's just do it. I'll play artifacts. Let's get some artifacts and artifact gameplay, and just to cleanse my palette. I probably should have shown the deck as well, but this is a kind of like a semi-aggressive form. I've got Odins in the deck, mostly so I don't get fucked over by Urius. But also because Odin's just useful against a lot of things here. So I don't think I want to keep Odin in hand. I don't think I want to keep Yudi in hand either when I've not got like my copy effect. So I think I just keep Stream of Life, because that's useful to have against Swordcraft. Like, it's not worth keeping Artifact Recharge in hand if you don't have Artifact Copy effects. Like, even playing it on one, it's just like, eh. Got a Flight of Icarus, but I would really like an Artifact Copy effect for this deck. There we go. So actually, since we got that, we want to do this now. But if I make the full set, I can't fucking Doomwrite because I need 2 artifacts, so I can't actually. Ugh. Annoying. No, it's not worth committing yet. They do make a wide board. I hope I draw something that generates artifacts. Okay, good enough. We're kind of like, we are kind of, going a bit, hope I draw an artifact generator next turn kind of deal. Otherwise I can't use this Doomwrite Resurgence at all. Like, I just had the opportunity to make an incredibly buffed up ominous artifact, so it's not looking good. I think because you have to have 2 different artifacts in your hand for Doomwrite. That's kind of like what hurts it a lot. Okay, they're not doing a particularly scary turn. As long as I can. I need to top deck fucking something that actually. That is not what I needed at all. I just have to. I have to play the ominous artifact gamma, or I'm just screwed. Sad times, incredibly sad times. Does any of my other why couldn't have you been artifact catapult? That would have been perfect. If this stays alive somehow, I guess they can still always just evolve Emilio. Okay. They didn't have a great... Where were you last turn? Fuck my life! Fuck, this has gone so horribly wrong. Right, my main thing here, I can just Odin buy some time. Not great, but it's better than nothing. I buffed up that and I had to play it and it was useless. Ah! Sure, fucking... Oh, you're setting up to fucking murder me. Don't think I have any way of surviving this, apart from this really shitty play. Making a single ward and hoping it's enough to save my life. Maybe I should just concede. This has been such a sad game. I drew such a bad start. I've got basically no way of winning now. Yeah. I'm not dead. Where were you so many turns ago, Alouette, Doomright Ward? I'm gonna die next turn to literally anything anyway, so... How about... But maybe they don't have it. Maybe they don't have lethal in hand for whatever reason. It's always a possibility. Oh no, they have fucking tentacles. Ah! That was such a miserable game. Just... Ugh. All I needed was one copy effect that wasn't Doomright Resurgence, and I would have been fine. Okay, we've got Alouette, so we can keep Artifact Recharge, but we don't want to keep anything else. So, now my hand is significantly worse. But it's fine. Okay, hand is fine now. Gonna take some early hits, probably. Be fine, we're just here to survive until turn 5, and then we start turning things around. You really start turning things around, oh my god. And now... Odin is here and ready to party, and is... mostly there so I don't die to Urius. I probably should have taken out the last dupe because they'll get... Oh, doesn't even matter here. Ow. It's okay, we start clawing our way back now. Heal. Probably next turn. We do have to trade the Alouette with the fire. Fine. Really? Could be worse. Unhound. Okay. In that case, I would like to develop all artifacts in hand. I'm going to pull it from beyond that. Our later turns much better. I need to stop letting my hair go over my shoulder because the hand tracker picks it up. Okay. We have made and board. Which I go, so might as well do the play that doesn't cost me anything and also lets me advance another artifact in hand, which is Doomrite. These two to get some healing and you to knock you down into range. This doesn't have to, like, present a board my opponent has to deal with because these die at the end of their turn anyway. But as I just dealt with their board with nothing. Okay, I just opening me in the face. In that case, I am going to get a Flight of Icarus, do another more conservative. Actually, no, I can now do this. And that gets me a permanent body without using my Doomrite, which might be needed later. Then that can just bonk Odin without using anything, heal me, or draw me a card, which I would like to have. Rose, Princess Knight. Out of the big ponytail drill. A prim. Okay, okay. Okay, so I would like to. I just want to get one more artifact out of my hand, but. Guess I can do that via. If I Miriam first, it's fine because I don't care about the second artifact being lost, and this lets me actually push a bit of damage rather than healing, which I don't really need to heal this turn. Oh, yeah. Actually, I can do this better. Light of Icarus. Then Miriam, so that we're not burning. Artifact, make a beta. Then Q2. Another successful board clear without spending resources, and also now we're pushing some base damage. Oh, they're just dropping an Albert on us. Rude. Ow, ow, ow. This presents a slight conundrum. I do need to not die to Albert. The second Albert, so I do need to make what I do need a ward here. But I do also need to super evolve Ralmia. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna Cunning here. And then I guess I could make the Ominous Artifact Beta into a ward and then just rush. Yeah, it's got Flight of Icarus on it. So yeah, this saves me a super evo. Make you a ward. Make the whole gang. Then you crash into you because we're not caring about the board load. I need to use to make some hand space. Low ball next turn. So hopefully this lets me live. It saves me from just second Albert, at the very least. Albert plus a... There are a few things they can use to get through, but hopefully, fingers crossed. Okay, second Albert. Oh no! Fuck, I forgot about the... Ah! I forgot about the Super Evolve. I forgot to factor in the Super Evolve ping. I don't think it would... Nothing could have saved me then. I couldn't make a double heal that turn, so... Oh! Even when it goes well, I still lose to Sword because fucking Albert shenanigans. Oh! Well, I have too much of a headache. I think I have to say that's it for today. I'm not... I can't do my brain calculations. I stayed up too late last night. There'll always be more Shadowverse to play in the coming weeks, but I think if I keep playing today, I'm just going to tank my rank and drop out of Shadowverse. Gotta put those away. Go over to here. But yes, so I'll see you all. I'll be back next week. Yeah, I'll take some fucking ibuprofen or something. Paracetamol for headache. I mostly just need to rest, I think. I think it's a tiredness-induced headache. That's really hitting me down. But yeah, also I'm just like, I want to play artifacts, but artifacts aren't good enough anymore. A month ago, they were one of the best decks. But right, we just have to find someone to raid. But I also need to figure out what I'm going to play in my retro games slot, because I finished Overblood 2, which is good because I don't have to think about Overblood 2 anymore. Hi, haha, you're here right at the end. I'm just about to head off because there's a short stream because unfortunately I'm very tired and have a headache. Actually, man was playing some weird nonsense. Right. Right. Also, hello. But yeah, no, it is the end. Over. We're done. Tired, my brain hurts, and I've lost most of the games today, so I'm not feeling too great about myself. Oh, this looks like some kind of descent clone. Neat. So yeah, we're raiding to Ashley Miami, who's playing Desecrators. Looks like some kind of indie spiritual descent-like. Yeah, sorry for the short stream, everyone. Be rested and ready next week for all of you to enjoy. But for today, bye-bye.